Good afternoon, friends, fellows, channel members. How are you all? Hope you've had a great week. I've just realised as the stream was starting, we actually haven't been live for a week. Our last live stream was a week ago in the 777 for the pre-release stream. So I can't believe a week has gone by already. Still feel like we've had plenty of videos out this week, but no live streams. Well, here we are, and it's a live stream in a different livery today. We're obviously not EasyJet, as we are going to be taking some Austrian fans up to Berlin ready for their football match tomorrow. I hope you're all excited. Do you know, these days I love football, so the Euros are on at the moment. Great time, me and my son really enjoying that. But when you've got these rest days, it's like, well, what do we do? I just got used to football being on for about 7 hours a day, and suddenly it's not on anymore. So yeah, well, I'll kind of fill in the void. I've had to do some work instead. Anyway, guys, I hope you're all doing really well. I hope you've all had a great week. And just kicking off the stream as well, this is awesome. Thank you so much to Bishop Gordon. Welcome to our first Officers Club over on YouTube. Huge thank you for your support. And to John T as well, Summoner Tier 1 over on Twitch. Currently for a 3-month streak. That is awesome, John T. Thank you so much. I'm hoping you're not too disheartened, John T. I'm just guessing you're from Scotland. Talking about the Euros. Maybe we shouldn't mention it to you. But there you are. Henry says as well, I think I'm the only person flying the A320 right now. It's because I've come home. I love the A320. It's I know how to fly the A320. I've no idea how to fly the 777. We just bluff our way through that. It is a very nice aircraft, though. We will have to get some more live streams on in that. But if I'm going to do a 777 stream, I want to be able to do a proper, you know, full length kind of flight. We used time acceleration last time, which was pretty good. Must admit, that dynamic time acceleration that it has is great. But you see, there is also another reason that I wanted to fly the A320 today. We're in the Fenix A320. I was going to fly the new fly-by-wire A320, but I couldn't get something installed quickly enough today. But I have now got it installed for the Fenix aircraft. Hang on, let me just turn my camera on, and I want to show you this, because this is, you have to excuse the really bad pictures, but Wingflex have been kind enough to send me one of their units to review, and I wanted to do it live on stream with you guys. So let's just have, there we go. So this is why we're flying the A320 today, because we are checking out their full-sized FCU and dual EFIS unit. It's very early days for me with this unit. This will be my first full flight with it, so it's going to be great to see how it works. But oh my word, it is absolutely gorgeous. It's expensive and it's on loan, so I can't break it, but it looks and feels amazing. It really does. So everything that the make of everything, the size of everything is 1-to-1 scale as per real life. I need a bigger desk, and all the buttons feel amazing as well. And one of the things that you might not have known. So you see the little toggle switches that you have for turning on either the ADFs or the VORs. You can't just push those left and right to stop you sort of catching them by mistake. You have to actually pull those out to turn them on. Pull those out and flick them, which they've got absolutely spot on, which is beautiful. I've tested this in the dark as well, and the backlighting just makes the room look like a flight deck. It is stunning. So this is the Wingflex unit, which we're going to be, which, as I say, I'm going to be looking at in detail in an upcoming video. And I also want to show you this as well. Just bear with me. I've not got this out the box yet. Hang on. Oh God, it's on the other side of the room. Where's it gone? So, as the 777 has just been released. This is also incoming. Hang on. There we go. So I've not even got this out of the box yet. But this is a another 1-to-1 scale replica. This is Wingflex's CDU for Boeing, obviously the 737, 777, etc. So yeah, video on that will be incoming as well. Again, this is another loaner, can't break this. But if it's anything like the quality of their FCU, then yeah, it's going to be really, really nice. So looking forward to showcasing that for you in a later video. I'll put that down on the floor somewhere so I don't drop it and break it. They are gorgeous. They are very nice. Endocrine, we're gonna have a full cockpit, so I need a bigger room. That's that's my problem. Yeah, so there we go. Henry, I knew someone was going to ask this. What's it like compared to the Wing and the mini cockpit? I really like the mini cockpit. I've always loved the mini cockpit, and I still like the mini cockpit FCU because of its size, its build quality as well. I like the build quality. It works as well. The installation of it is easy. You just literally that is plug and play. Plug the USB cable into the back of it, launch their software, and it works. And you know what? It's the same with this Wingflex unit. No drivers or anything to install. Use the supply USB cable, which by the way is nice and long. So many companies now supply USB cables for hardware, and it's really short, and I don't think they realise that people have their PCs quite a distance away from the actual desk. So a nice long USB cable for this Wingflex FCU unit, and again, you download the software from the website, just run the software. It tells you, plug in your unit. I plugged in the unit, it went, oh, you're running Microsoft Flight Simulator and you've got the Fenix installed. Perfect, all done, working, no setup at all. The WinWing unit, we've not been the best of friends, I'll be honest with you, and that is mainly because whilst the build quality of that, I've got no complaints with that, the software, it just seems very clunky, and I'm getting old now, I'm getting old and I've always been grumpy. I like things to work first time round without having to install anything or configure anything. Plug and play to me should be literally what it is, and the mini FCU and this Wingflex unit is exactly that. Yeah, that's my early take on it. Let's see what it's like after doing the flight. Right, we've got some fans to get to Berlin, haven't we? So we should probably crack on with that. Just so we are in Vienna. I'm just checking, we've got no ATC around at the moment. No, we haven't. Okay, let's have a look at the operational flight plan. Clever Trevor, yeah, it's not cheap. I did say it's not cheap. It's $900, which is not quite the same as £900. I think, I don't know, maybe I have to Google that. It's about £750, something like that. Maybe a little bit more. Even so, though, you're right. It is not cheap. However, now I've seen it in the flesh, I understand why. This is a, you can throw this in a real world simulator, and it will do the job. In fact, the reason they hadn't got any units to supply me with a few months back was because all the units they did have had been bought by Chinese airlines to train their cadets. So there you go. Aviate, it's ooh, that is actually a good question. I would need to check that. They just used the dollar sign on their website, so it might be different. I would imagine it's US dollars, but you would have to check. Right, should we crack on? So, let me just quieten that down a bit. There we go. Operational flight plan. There we are. We've only got about 12.1 tons of payload. We're underloaded. That's fine. Cost index of 39. Wow, Austrian Airlines know how to fly, don't they? 30,000 feet. Nice little headwind. That's going to be okay. Shear rate is fine. We're off 29 today. Looks like we're landing 25 left. That makes sense. Coming from the south. Plug fuel is just under 6 tons. CNR is 2.6. Just have a look at the terrain around us. We're nowhere near the Alps today, so that's fine. Oh, that weather looks lovely. 13 knot crosswind coming into Berlin, though. That should be. I might feel that a little bit. That could be fun. Okay, let's have a look at the weather briefing. So at the moment in Berlin, it's Cav okay. Oh yeah, winds gusting up to 25 knots as well. So yeah, fun. We've got Leipzig, Hanover, Hamburg, and Finkenwerder as the as one of the alternates. Really? I didn't catch that when Simbrief did it. I don't think Finkenwerder would be the main alternate for any any passengers today. I think the weather's going to be fine. We're not going to have to worry about that. Looks like we've got some isolated embedded CB clouds just as we're climbing out, so we'll just have to fly around those if any of them get in the way. No times here. Taxiway Alpha 11 is closed. Don't know where that is. We'll have a look in a bit. And it doesn't look like there's anything there at Berlin either. So yeah, that's all good. Okay, only other thing to check, just the vertical profile, see if there's any wind changes or anything like that. Don't think there are. Nope, so should be plain sailing. Tell the cabin crew, get that drink service started early. They shouldn't run into any problems. Alright, so in terms of fuel then, I'm just going to round that figure up a little bit. We'll just round that up to 6 tons. Don't think we need any more than that. So, hey J-Hog, good to see you. And welcome to everybody else as well. Sorry, how rude of me not welcoming you guys on board today. So, particularly our channel members, thank you so much for joining us and your continued support, guys. DC Gert, Mark, J-Hog, as I've just said, he's in the chat. Jen Renlin and Leon. Hey, Fruitbat and Rob A320. Rob, are you actually from Austria? Oh, that's awesome if you are. Lemon and Bishop as well. Clever Trevor, Remlin. Oh, excellent. All you guys on a Friday afternoon. Awesome stuff. And a big shout out as well to everybody else who is watching, both on YouTube and of course over on Twitch. So that's our operational flight plan. We'll get fuel all loaded in a second. Let's go find our aircraft then. Oh, it's a bit loud out here on the apron. So I'm just going to tell the ground crew what we would like. So yeah, so we're going to take 6 tons. Which is very close to plug fuel today. We don't need to take any extra. Everything is looking pretty straightforward. Famous last words. And get GSX to sort that out. Hey Jen, good to see you, and Sav also in the house. Jay, the UI at the top is the streaming overlay, so I can't see that in my game, mate. Only you guys can see that. That's for your information only. That one. Right. So the ground crew should start sorting us out, I think, now, if we're getting close. I do like this airport. This is it's Gaia Simulations Vienna airport, so they'll be doing their stuff. Oops, we've just put the camera through a jetway. Never mind. Right, let's get on board and start getting ourselves set up. So as I said, we've got no ATC around, so I'm just going to grab the weather information off the tablet. And then we'll crack on. So let me see. We've got visibility is good. Winds are 310 at 13. Fuel class 5000, CB's at 5000, it's 26 degrees, QNH is 1016. Also says temporary showers of rain in the vicinity as well, so we might do our takeoff perf with wet runway just Alright guys, we should be back up. Just give us a shout if you can see us. Give us a wave. Yeah, Streamlabs having its issue. Right, I don't know if we're back or not. So if you can see us, I just need you guys to make some noise in the chat. Oh, Leon says we're back. Jen says we're back. Wonder if we are indeed back. I think we're back up on Twitch as well. God, it's annoying when it does that. If some people can see it, some people can't. Maybe they just need to refresh the stream. So I don't know if it's just an issue on YouTube or whether Twitch is getting it as well. Frustrating though. Very frustrating. But yeah, not quite sure what's going on there. Anyway, let's just try and crack on as best we can. So what the pumps are, 4 external power, all that stuff. Yeah, that's fine. And squawking 2000, spoils flaps, parking brake, acupressures in the green. Good. Okay, that's all fine. Right, let's go and get the box up. Rob says seems to be stable now. Well, let's hope so. Let's hope so. IRS, well, 3.5 greens. And aircraft status, air cycle. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Let's do our init request, shall we? Right, let's grab the operational flight plan. And just check, we've got QNH 1016. Yeah, that's all fine. We need to make sure we're monitoring that. That can come off. They're all fine. Engine, thrust levers, engine mode, start selections, etc. 1016 up here. Yeah. Good. And flight number today is Oscar Sierra 230. Cost index of 38. And we're cruising at 30,000 feet. Temperature of 38. 26 degrees here in Austria. 39,553. Grab the winds. Passengers are going to be late today. Still, the match isn't until tomorrow, so it's fine. Fly Studios official. Good afternoon to you. Hope you're doing well. Had a good week. Harrison, just check that out. 4870 north, 1634 east. They all agree. And 4871 1634 due. Perfect. Okay, so we're all good here. So the flight plan then. So off to 9 and ungut to Charlie. And then coming in on, I would imagine it'll be ILS-25 left as we're coming from the south. Knuckle 25 left, we'll just find that, there we are. And that comes in, I think, that is a very good question. Let's have a quick check of those charts. We're coming in via Nucro, I think. Okay, let me just double check that that is indeed all correct. So, if we... oh, I can use the... do you know, the problem is with muscle memory, it's so hard not to turn these. Now, we've got some hardware to play with. So, on a flight plan page, just bring that down. And I love that, just the fact that it works. I mean, of course it should work, but still, that looks like a mess. What's going on here? That looks terrible. Let's clean that up. So if we just go to our arrival, have a look at the veers. What happens if we go with no veer on that? Is Zanim one of the veers? No. Pretty certain Nucro is the one we're coming in via. I'm going to leave that at Nucro and then just have a quick look, and we'll check that against the chart in a minute. But that is not what it should look like. Hey Elliot, good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing very well. So it should be Nucro, then 484, 483, and then I'll bring the chart up, then you guys can see it as well down here. Yeah, 484, 483. 471, then 61, 467, because it misses out all this lot here, then 457, oh, and then it's got Nucro in there, FE, oh yeah, okay, I see what we need to do, right, tidy the box up. That looks better. And insert. There we go. Now it looks like the chart. There you are. Clever, we were going to fly with the A320X, but I hadn't got the new FCU unit working with the fly-by-wire just yet. So, yeah, and I obviously wanted to fly with that, so the plan was to fly with the new Phoenix, but not today. Cool, so that's all set up. The coding for the arrival is fine. Beautiful, let's crack on with setting up the box. Radnav page, we've got any VORs for the departure. We've got the Fox Mike Delta, so we'll pop that in, Fox Mike Delta. And we can obviously now turn that on as well, so do that realistically. There we go. Literally every switch is working and it feels awesome. So that's done. Let's have a look at the load sheet then, assuming we've got one. Right, zero fuel weight of 56.2. So not heavy today. CFG is 29.7. Fuel for the alternate is 1.6. So the flight planning. We've told the ground crew 6 tons. See what the aircraft wants. 5.7, perfect. 6.2 tons takeoff weight.
Hello, this is your captain speaking. Welcome aboard on this Austrian Airlines flight from Vienna to Berlin. We are currently preparing for departure and we will be taking off shortly. Thank you for choosing to fly with us today.
It's my automated announcements sorting themselves out. And CFG for departure is 28.2. Alright, let's have a look at the takeoff performance calculations.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board. My name is Lucy, and I am the cabin crew member on this flight.
It's a very masculine Lucy again.
Fasten your seatbelts at this time, and secure all baggage underneath your seat, or in the overhead compartments. We also ask that your seats and table trays are in the upright position for takeoff. Please turn off all personal electronic devices, including laptops and cell phones. Smoking is prohibited for the duration of the flight. Thank you for choosing Austrian Airlines. Enjoy your flight.
Sounds like she smokes 20 a day at the end.
Our flight today will take approximately 1 hour and 3 minutes. The weather in Berlin is sunny. Please remember to keep your seatbelt fastened while seated and whenever the seatbelt sign is illuminated.
Right, do we have any intersection possibilities today? Let's have a look. I don't know Vienna too well. So we're parked here, taxi down. Oh, if we can take Alpha 3, that would be lovely. And we can. Perfect. So, via Alpha 3. And let's pop that all in. So it's going to be 132, 135, 135. Transition altitude here in Vienna is 10,000 feet, and we are flaps 1 with a flex of 56. Speedbird 983, good afternoon to you. Rob, one of the streams I was talking with the ground crew. Yeah, I think
after takeoff,
that would have been self-loading cargo.
You can find our Sky menu in the seat pocket in front of you.
Yeah, it probably would have been self-loading cargo that you saw me using. I've not used that since we've got all these different cabin announcements now available to us. Right, let's have a look at the thrust reduction acceleration. Yeah, so this is a noise abatement, 1 airport, 1600, 3600, 1600. So 600, 3600, and 1600. And then the secondary flight plan, copy active. So the new fly-by-wire doesn't have the secondary flight plan working just yet, but now they've got the new FMS version 2 in, then it should be coming very soon. Right, so it's non-standard, that makes sense because we've got terrain around it. So 5.7 miles from the Fox Mike Delta is going to be a left turn to Sierra November Uniform VOR where we'll take up the hold. Right, let's put all that in then. So we want Fox Mike Delta, that's our place. Our bearing will be our takeoff track, which is 291, and it's at a distance of 5.7 miles. That goes in there. That's place bearing distance 01. Once we've reached that, we're then going to fly towards the Sierra November Uniform VOR, where we shall take up the hold. And the hold is 350, and it is right turns. Of course, if that's happened, then we'll obviously be coming back in, won't we? We'll be coming back into Vienna. Not actually sure what runway they are using for arrivals today, so I will put runway. We'll put in the Alice Zulu runway 29 in. We can change that if we need to. No start. And no Via. Awesome. So the engine out procedure is in. We can see that just there. That's fine. Just checking. So yeah, straight out, and then it's basically a. We need to turn left to Sierra November Uniform. Now that is looking like the aircraft is giving us a right-hand turn, which means we will need to change that. Oh no, it doesn't. Place bearing distance and a left turn. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, no, it's good. Okay, so we are all done. I think the passengers are on board. Let's get the APU fired up, and then we'll do our departure brief. Then we'll get off. Okay, APU starting, still on the external power. Lovely. Okay, so where's the chance? Alright, so we are we're parked here, stand Fox 32. Nothing in the tech log regarding the aircraft, just the usual mail of the weather radar. Sadly, we're VMC though, and should be able to see any bad weather that's coming our way. We'll avoid that en route. Nothing about the airport today that concerns us. There's no NOTAMs or anything like that. And we should have pretty good weather as well throughout this journey, so no worries there. Let's plan how we're going to do the departure then, and we'll talk about any threats and how we'd mitigate those. So Pushback from Fox 2 will be facing east, then we'll taxi down on Whiskey, stay on Whiskey, and then we're going to stop at Alpha 3 for an intersection departure on runway 29. The departure then itself is straight out with an immediate left-hand turn at 1,000 feet. They're very touchy about noise here in Vienna. As you can see, look at all the different noise monitoring systems, those little circles with the white and black pattern in them. So there's the noise monitoring stations. Get it wrong and the airline can be fined, and obviously we don't want that. So yeah, it's a left turn away from the city at 1,000 feet. Now there are no speed restrictions on this, so we'll happily let the autopilot do its stuff, and then just accelerate away, clean up on schedule, nothing out of the ordinary. MSA as we're going is 4,700 feet, and got an initial climb of 5,000 feet. So we'll just set that there on the FCU. Cool, okay, so that's how we plan to fly the departure. Just, there's no VATC online anyway, but we wouldn't contact radar until Tower told us to anyway. Just confirmation transition altitude is 10,000 feet. So a little threat then, we've got a little bit of terrain down there to the southwest. We can see that. The engine out procedure, obviously, as we've just seen, has us flying out and then making a left turn to the VOR Sierra November uniform, where we will hold safe at 5,000 feet if that occurs, and then we'll get into the hole and decide what to do. All right, so I think we've covered all bases there. One more thing I do want to check. Did we do a wet takeoff calculation? Yes, we did. We did a wet takeoff calculation just because it does state in the metro at the moment the showers are in the vicinity, so that's why we've done that. Okay, APU is up and running. Just get the APU bleed air on, and then we'll give the packs another minute or so before they kick in. Let's get the ground crew into position. Little GSX. Andres Frank says with the turn we'll fly straight over a golf course. We'll see if we can have a look for that then, Andres. See if it's there. Okay, so with the APU up and running, we don't need the external power anymore. All the fuel pumps can come on. Get the packs on now as well. Seatbelt signs are on.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
And I think we're about ready to go. Final check that we've not got ATC. No, we don't, so over to Unicom.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Nosewell steering is disconnected. Final load sheet has come through as well. Just check this all marries up. 62 tons, perfect, and 30.6, 29.1, excellent. Within 2%, no LMCs. Vienna traffic, Austrian 230, stand Foxtrot 32, pushing back facing east.
Locking you.
And just for those of us who've just joined us, We are flying with something a little bit special today. So this is what I'm using, courtesy of Wingflex. This unit we're checking out for them with a video review shortly, but so far seems to be performing rather epically. We'll see what it's like in flight in a moment. Love you, Adro. Thank you for the follow. Okay, so our Cockpit preparation checklist. Aircraft acceptance has all been completed. Fuel quantity is 6 tons and balance. Seatbelt signs are on. It is. We've got 3 nav greens. About RFQ and H is 1016, 600 feet. Perfect. Okay, let's get our beacon light on. Transponder.
Release parking brakes, please.
And the before start checklist. Parking brake is on, takeoff data has been confirmed, windows are closed, EFB is on flight mode, doors are closed and armed,
Release parking brakes,
and
please.
our beacon light is on. Parking brakes released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
So, just confirmation again, nozzle steering is disconnected, so let's get those engines started. Engine start to ignition, starting engine 1. Jay, where is EasyJet's main airport? They have lots of bases all around Europe. Gatwick is their biggest one in the UK. Well, I say Gatwick, there's Luton as well, of course. Both pretty big. Manchester's probably secondary to those. And then...
On behalf of the crew,
yeah,
I ask
all around
that you
Europe
please
as well.
direct your attention to the crew members as we review the emergency procedures. There are 6 emergency exits on this aircraft. Take a minute to locate the exit closest to you. Note that the nearest exit may be behind you. Should the cabin experience sudden pressure loss, stay calm and listen for instructions from the cabin crew. Oxygen masks will drop down from above your seat. Place the mask over your mouth and nose like this. Pull the strap to tighten it. If you are traveling with children, make sure that your own mask is on first before helping your children. In the unlikely event of an emergency landing and evacuation, leave your carry-on items behind. Life rafts are located below your seats, and emergency lighting will lead you to your closest exit. We ask that you make sure that all carry-on luggage is stowed away safely during the flight. While we wait for takeoff, please take a moment to review the safety data card in the seat pocket in front of you. Thank you for your attention.
Steve, that is Lucy. Yes, she's ready for the weekend. Let's wait until get our pushback completed, and that looks fine. Engine 1's now available. Starting engine 2. Jay says he loves the Airbus cockpit. It's so clean. It is. There aren't buttons everywhere.
Parking brakes.
Not like the 737. Parking brakes are set. This is an airport that is clearly geared up for bad weather and snow, isn't it? Not this time of year, though. Bedroom 121. For some reason, my Fenix
Unlocking gear.
A320, when you take off the autopilot, disconnects automatically. Sounds like you're over-rotating and losing speed, and then entering one of the alpha protection modes to prevent you from stalling, basically. If that is the case, what will happen is you'll know, because here it will be flashing at you.
Tow truck disconnected.
It will say
Bypass pin removed.
Toga lock, and at that point the autopilot
Left is
disengages.
clear. Right is clear.
Hey Antrak, good to see you. Okay, so engine number 2 stabilized as well. Just need to double check. What was our final load sheet at CFG? Normally I write it down, but I forgot. 29.1. Lovely. So after start flows, engine mode selector can come to normal. APU bleed can come off. APU master can come off. Of course, the anti-ice is not required. I'm walking away. So, arm spoilers. Flaps 1, rudder is 0. Set our trim. Okay, right side's clear. Left side's clear. Have to start checklist. Anti-ice is off. Ecam status is checked. Pitch trim is 29.1. Rudder is neutral. And let's start to roll then. Vienna traffic Austrian 230. Taxiing now via Whiskey to Alpha 3 for runway 29 departure. Alright, parking brakes released. Taxi lights are on. Flight control check lens, so we've got a full right, full left, and neutral, full up, full down, neutral, and I'm just applying full right rudder. And full left, neutral. Flight check's complete. Right, so no LMCs or anything like that. Engine out procedure is non-standard. It's a turn to the left. We'll take up the hold 5,000 feet above MSA. Departure is a noise abatement 1 departure with a immediate turn at 1,000 feet to the left. And our initial climb is 5,000. Hey, Lulu. We're back in that clean-looking aircraft today. Which, yeah, to be fair, the 777 is a completely different beast compared to the 737. 737 just gives me a headache. Alright, taxi checklist. Flight controls have been checked. Flap setting is config 1. FMAs, we've got climb nav blue 152, 5,000 blue. Radar and predictive wind shear are on takeoff. Ecam, let's have a look. Takeoff no blue. AFB is stowed and disconnected. Lulu, no one really enjoys being in a 737. There must be somebody that likes it. Hey, Romy01 says just wanted to pop in and say thanks for that. You are more than welcome. Hope you enjoy them. Good to see you on a live stream. Right, can't really see any other traffic around. Approach path is looking clear. Vienna traffic Austrian 230 lining up via Alpha 3 runway 29 for Ungut 2 Charlie departure. Right, get all the lights on.
Cabin crew, prepare for takeoff.
T-gas packs. Final paranoia check. And the lineup checklist. Cabin is secured. Takeoff runway is 29.
Vienna traffic, Austrian 27 Delta, pushing back, Fox 1.
TCAS RA and PAX 1 and 2 off. Right, let's get these fans to Germany for the match tomorrow. Reminder, noise abatement 2 and left turn 1,000 feet. Okay. Engine 2 critical, takeoff, start the chrono. Set takeoff thrust, man flex, SRS runway, auto thrust blue. $100 knots. V1. Rotate. Positive climb. Gear up. Nav. 1,000 feet. Autopilot 1 engaged. Thrust climb, SRS. Packs back on. Master caution. Sim error with the control stick, so cancel that. Disregard. So 3,600 feet, we should get climb. There we go. So that's climb mode. No ATC, so let's climb to, we'll go 15,000. So thrust climb, open climb, and pull standard. Oh, that is so nice being able to do that on proper FCU. Standard pressure 150 blue. That is beautiful. Just a reminder again, if you're joining us, this is what we're using for today's flight. Wingflex FCU. Full video review coming soon, but need to check it out properly. The best way to do that is with you guys on a live stream.
We are now climbing to our cruising altitude. We will be starting our in-flight service shortly.
Flaps 1,
You can
sponsor
find our
sound.
sky menu in the seat pocket in front of you.
Right, let's cancel that caution now. 6,000 feet, so just check we've got the gears, spoiler, flaps, and now the lights, they can come off. Aviation Fever, yeah, if you're showing EPR, so engine pressure ratio, instead of the M1 N2, then you're flying a different variant of the A320. You're flying with IAE engines and not the CFM engines. Steve, when are we doing a giveaway for the Wingflex? Yeah, I don't think, Steve, that's going to happen, I'm afraid.
Vienna traffic, Austrian 27 Delta, taxi, so holding point runway 29er, wire 36, whiskey, exit 2, Mike, and Alpha 1, Vienna traffic.
I wish I could, Steve. I do wish I could, but I'd probably have to buy it myself and give it away. Lulu, I've not seen that. Oh, that is really tempting. That is incredibly tempting. That sounds like something we could probably set up and do together. Right, that is 10,000 feet. Airport's on the E-face, which I just press and it works. And yeah, so Radnav page, we shall clear that out. Flight level 360 is going to be fine for us today. That's the optimum. We're actually planned to fly 300, so it's not that long a flight today. So let's set 300, 300 blue. Secondary flight plan, copy the active. And seatbelt signs can come off.
As you can see, the seatbelt sign has been turned off. You may now move around the cabin, but we recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened while seated in case of unexpected turbulence.
Hey Richard, good to see you. Although, does it have to be an EasyJet 777? Has the word cringe been overused? How would that even look? In fact, why am I asking? I know exactly how that would look, because Dark Fury will be painting it as we speak. We can't do that on VATSIM. Can you imagine the controller? When we arrive at an airport as an EasyJet with a 777 behind us. That is crazy. Right, that's it. We're on our way. Yeah, Nanook, that is exactly how it would go. ATC would be like, yeah, easy 777. Descend, wait, flat, and flat. What's one of them? Easy 777 heavy. Yeah, oh man. Easy 777 heavy. That would be insane. I would only do that if every one of you was watching that.
We'd like to remind you that we accept card payments as well as cash. You can find our Sky menu in the seat pocket in front of you. Please remain seated while we serve you. If you need anything, please don't hesitate to ask one of our cabin crew members. Thank you.
This is where everyone now says, oh yeah, we'd definitely watch, just to make me do it. Right, let's enjoy our flight now into Berlin. Top of cruise is about 50 miles away. Hey, Pilot Nerd, good to see you. So Pilot, yeah, I'm afraid that is true. It is $900 this unit, which seems extortionate until you see it, and that is why this is a loan unit. It has to go back. I'm nowhere near popular enough to be given one of these. Pilot Nerd says the Wingflex FC looks great. Can't wait for my review. Yeah, I've started filming some stuff for it already, but I couldn't give it a fair review until we've flown with it a few times. So that's exactly what we're doing. F1 Razor 140, thank you for the follow. Hope you're doing well. Disable pilot, yeah, they do, exactly, which is why I have to make sure I don't damage it and return it. They know where I live. Oh, I love Friday afternoon streams. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just because it's the end of the week and... yeah. Pilot Nerd, you say you wouldn't want to order it from China, but I'll be honest with you. This got sent to me, I want to say Monday or Tuesday this week, and it arrived today. So that is some awesome shipping time, don't you agree? Just clear that status systems page out. So what has everybody got lined up for this weekend? How many people have got the 777 in their sights this weekend to be flying a bit of PMDG aircraft around our simulated world? Obviously, it came out last weekend, didn't it? If you've not had a chance to fly it yet, is that what you're going to be doing this weekend? Speedbird 983 says done a few 777 flights already. Hope you like it. Cockpit Racing says I've been watching your 777 videos all day. I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed our live stream last Friday before it came out. I really enjoyed that. Obviously, the community on stream was massive. I didn't really know what I was doing because I don't fly Boeing, but you guys helped us along, and you know, just to be able to do that flight all the way from LAX to London Heathrow with their special sort of time warping system, the arrival over Europe, coming over Ireland with the sun rising, that early morning sun into Heathrow, was just absolutely stunning. So Pegasus has done 3 or 4 flights already. Lulu, you're still 2,000 miles away from the PC, so it's going to have to wait for you. 2,000 miles? I didn't think you were that far away from home. Have you moved again? Steve, I'm just going to make one from washing up bottles and some sticky back plastic. Do they do it on Blue Peter? Pegasus is working from home, so he's been doing long hauls whilst coding. Excellent. Hitesh, I don't usually do weekend streams because those times are for family. Giovanni says, got it, went out of the Boeing field on VATSIM and it was crazy. Yeah, I've seen pictures of Dubai Airport on VATSIM as well, which is ridiculous. Andreas, you're going to be flying the 777 but not online. That's how I would do it until I got a bit more confident with it. Richard says, got the 777, doing Gran Canaria to Heathrow, should be fun. Yeah, definitely. Control Twitch says, oh mate, thanks so much for that. The actual knowing what you need to do, that's the easy part, because a lot of it is just transferable skills. All airliners do very, very similar things. It's how to actually do those things in a different environment that I struggle with, just because I'm not used to the Boeing way of doing things. What I did find about the 777, it was very easy to land. You know, for someone who wasn't used to that aircraft, I found it very, very easy to land. Lula says the overnight transatlantics are tough on the body clock, but when you get one of those sunrises, it's always nice. Yeah, I mean, I would presume most sunrises you get are going to be above the they're going to be above the cloud, aren't they? So unless you get the high level cloud, I bet that looks stunning. Right, we're at cruise, so oh no, we're not. I thought we'd be at cruise by now. We're climbing slowly. Fair enough. Andres, is it really easy to land the 777? I think so, but I think the wheels help. But they have the tilted bogies, don't they? You know, massive wheels, and they're tilted, so it just gives you a really nice, soft touchdown. I think I mentioned on stream last week when we were flying it, I was on a 777 not long ago in real life, landed into JFK, and I honestly thought the pilots were going to do a balked landing and go round, because it was that smooth. You never felt it. There was no juddering, there was nothing. It was the smoothest landing I have ever experienced, and it was one of those, just, you know, for a fraction of a second, are we down? Do we continue? Have we run out of runway? Do we need to have another go? But no, fair play to whoever landed that jet. That was absolutely spot on. Lulu says the 777 is embarrassingly easy to land. It takes real effort to mess it up. And Lulu, I'm sure you won't mind me saying, just in case people aren't aware, that you are a retired 777 pilot. So that's you do speak with experience. Right, that's Mac Alt Cruise. So set TCAS to below. Let's go through our SD pages, make sure we haven't broken anything. Fuel used adds up, that's fine. Oh, it's a bit warm in the aircraft, isn't it? Turns down a bit. And everything's worked apart from the left side stick, but disregard that. Right, so SD pages are checked. Let's do a landing distance calculation. In fact, I mean, in real life, I don't know, different airlines have different stops. It's always prudent to do a landing distance calculation. We're coming into Berlin, though. We're not heavy. It's good weather, and it's a massive runway. So you know you're going to be able to get in without any real struggles. So if I just quickly work out what's landing weight, it's just good practice just to do it regardless. 36, 37, 38, 39, sorry, 56, 57, 58, 59.2, 59.4. Let's call our landing weight 60 tons then. So it is cav okay. It's a bit windy. We don't need to check it against the medium pour because it's not raining. $60 tons and flaps 3. Yeah, I've got loads of room. 7 knot crosswind. Yeah, so landing calculations done. I wasn't concerned, but flaps 3 is the way to go. I like a flaps 3 landing, slightly higher pitched up, so you hardly need to flare at all. Nigel Matt, guys, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Cool to the Captain says, oh hi, didn't even know you streamed, but love the videos, they've helped you a lot. Well mate, thank you for catching us on the live stream. Joy, it's great to see so many people actually over on Twitch watching us as well. Obviously Twitch has always always played second fiddle to YouTube, but yeah, we've got 66 people watching on Twitch, which is awesome. Thanks guys, hope you've had a good week. Thank you for joining us. Right, we'll do a fuel check then at Victor Lima Mike. I'll grab my operational flight plan up and do that. And thank you for the follow, Call the Captains. Right, so we took a couple of extra 100 kilograms of fuel contingency is another couple hundred kilograms, so about 400 kilograms extra. So at Victor Lima Mike, which is where we're about to pass now, VATSIM, we should have about 4.2 tons, or around about, on board, and we've got just under 4.4, so yeah, that's fine. Fuel check's done. Everything else is looking good. I'll have a quick look for some en route weathers. Prague is a good one, and Echo Delta Delta Papa. So let's have a look at those. Take 231. Thank you for the follow. We're getting very close to 5,000. Sorry, 5,000 followers on Twitch, which is really nice. So if we go to the weather, we want LKPR just to see what's going off in Prague. It's one of our alternates if we need to dart into somewhere quickly. And then Echo Delta Delta, what was it, Lima? Actually, I don't think we need to do any other alternates there. Just get the weather for Berlin. We'll check those when they come through. Right, let's have a look. So Prague is Cav OK 210 at 13. Yeah, so that is absolutely fine. And Berlin is Cav OK. We've just got temporary wind gusts. QNH 1014. So we shall set the QNH. And I can do that here as well on the FCU, which is just lovely. And pull that.
We are now starting our in-flight shopping service. Today we highly recommend our special offer, a set of 3 perfumes for the price of 2. We also have a wide selection of other products available for purchase, like souvenirs, cosmetics, and snacks. You can find our shopping catalog in the seat pocket in front of you. We accept card payments as well as cash.
What a gorgeous view. Nano Oblivion, when do you turn on the wing lights? You do that usually only at night and when you're checking for ice. There's no other reason to have them on. They're basically lights there to, when it's dark, check to see if you've got any ice and cold weather, and if you need de-icing, stuff like that. Take it 231, my voice is pretty calming. You should hear me shout at my kids. It's not calming then. Aviation Fever, I'm getting ready to start my descent into Richmond. Hopefully the weather stays clear and no storms pop up. Well, yeah, I mean, Microsoft Flight Simulator's default weather is pretty good. Amtrak, I don't use the map enhancement. No, I don't. Captain Maddie 24, good evening to you. Glad you like the videos. Good to see you on a live stream as well, guys. Remember as well, if you are watching us, now's a chance just to let you see that discount code again for the Contrail store. Remember, using that code at the bottom, you get 10% off anything you purchase from the Contrail store. It's a one-time use code only for your account, so use it wisely, maybe when you're making a few bulk purchases, because then you can save some more money. And that's our EasyJet SimPilot discount code in association with our channel partner Contrails. Also, our other channel partner, of course, Innerbuilds, who need no introduction. Use the links in the channel description, the video description down below, also at the top of the chat if you're watching on YouTube. Grab your Innerbuilds products using that link, and you also support us, the channel, as well. So thank you so much to those of you who do that. Nanox, so do you only use it on the ground when do they walk around at night? Usually, yes. You can obviously can use them in flight, but to be honest, if you're getting ice build up in flight, you'd normally know about that in the flight deck anyway. But yeah, it's mainly to see what's happening when you're on the ground, whether you need de-icing or not. Delby1966 says, finally caught you live, that is awesome. Fairly new to Microsoft Flight Simulator, but your videos have been very helpful. Should have got it a while back. Bought it, then 24 was announced. Typical. Yeah. Techie, I'm from the UK. And Matt says, hoping to start flight training in about 18 months with Qantas. Always been my passion. Any tips to maintain motivation for the dream during the lows? Think about the end result, Matt. Think about what you're going to be doing, where you're going to be going, what you're going to be experiencing. That is the dream. You won't need motivation. You've already called it a dream. That is the motivation all on its own. Lulu, is Malta really that far away from Scotland? Honestly, I didn't think it was that far away. I really didn't. Not that I ever fancied driving it. Jay's got to go now, he says, but please do the easy 777. I will negotiate with Lulu. Andres, I've not had a chance to try that yet. Maybe next week. Okay, so our top of descent is about 100 miles away, which is, yeah, that's fair. So now's a good chance to... Benjamin Borg says Malta's mentioned. I'm Maltese. Excellent.
Let me share some information with you. We are currently cruising at an altitude of 29,000 feet at a speed of 840 kilometers per hour. The weather in Berlin is sunny with a temperature of 28 degrees. The rest of the flight should be smooth with a small chance of light turbulences. Please remember to keep your seatbelt fastened while seated and whenever the seatbelt sign is illuminated. Thank you and enjoy the flight.
It's my little cabin PA. Right, so we'll just check in to see if there's anything daft on the charts. We've done Berlin loads of times, so this is going to be a pretty simple brief. Obviously coming around Nuko. Speed restriction there, 220 knots at 471. My plan will be flight level 60, and then, to be honest, we'll be pretty much greened up at that point. We will fly along the downwind leg, and then as soon as I think it's sensible, and if there's no other traffic about, then we'll go direct to Zanim, pick up the ILS, and get in there. So that's all pretty straightforward. There is the localizer approach here as well, which actually takes us Nuko direct to Fox Whiskey Echo, which.
Thank you. Switch 8 Alpha Mike for FSTraffic 7.5 miles final.
Fair, I'm just listening to ATC. Yeah, so obviously we're not going to make that approach in. I mean, we could do straightforward if there's no other traffic about. Let's just nip back into the flight deck and see if we can program that, because that approach actually looks nice and straightforward and gets us in a little bit quicker, saving fuel. So if I just go to our flight plan page, let's check the arrival. So ILS 25, if we have a look and if we clear the star out and go via Nuko, how's that look? No, that's not right. Novia, what does that give us? Nope, that's not right either. Just erase that for a moment. Well, there's 25 left. We're not going to be doing the RNAV. Can't actually find that approach that comes via Fox Whiskey Echo. So in that case, I'm happy to leave that as it is. Company message to come through. Is this complaining that we were late? Might be. $24 late. Whoops. Send a message blaming Streamlabs. So Techie, would I still recommend 2020 or would I wait for 24? I mean, the problem is it's really close now, isn't it? And if you're buying them, they're not cheap. Captain Matty, any UK airports I would recommend? I'd recommend, I can recommend loads. So Manchester, Mako Simulations, you've got Edinburgh, Glasgow and Belfast, Aldergrove, which are all Peerage. East Midlands Airport as well by Peerage, that is stunning. Innibuild, Stansted Airport, all really good. I think if you have to pick one, depending on the kind of aircraft you like to fly and the kind of ops you like to do, East Midlands is brilliant. Why am I trying to change that with a mouse? I can't change it with the mouse because I've got the hardware in front of me. It doesn't let me do that. Hey Mona, good to see you. Ada says he's currently doing a flight from Abu Dhabi to Athens in the new PMDG 777 as Etihad. Excellent. Captain McGee, maybe 2024 will be released with a cheaper price. I don't know. That doesn't sound like the normal kind of thing that happens, does it? The thing is, I guess, they're going to have to be careful. They say they've got 50 million people flying Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 as it is right now. If they want to get the majority of those over onto 2024, then they can't price them out of it. Nanook, I'll let you have an outside shot in a moment. Let me just set the box up ready for the approach. So we've pretty much briefed the approach. I'm just going to sort the box out for it. I do want to just quickly have a look at information on this. So yeah, normal 3-degree ILS, 3,000 feet is the platform altitude, so Alpha Echo Delta Delta Bravo 25 left, throw that in there, 9-mile radius because that is 3,000 feet. Radnav page, we can pop in there the Bravo Bravo India VOR, 82 miles away. Why does it sound like someone's letting off fireworks in my cabin? Let's stop that. Did anybody else hear that? It was very quiet, but it was there. No pilot wants fireworks in their cabin. Ooh. Icons have just gone very small. Not sure what that's all about. Ooh, the whole thing's gone very small. Oh, strange. Okay, so QNH is 1014. Let me just update that. That's fine. It's 27 degrees. Winds are 28014. We're doing a flaps 3 landing and our minimums are 349. Second flight plan, copy the active. Done. The Hitman says didn't know the A320 had a car alarm on board. Can you imagine fitting like a car alarm to an aircraft just in case somebody steals it? Captain McGee, wonder how many users you wonder are currently flying an X-plane? Dan is, if Dan's still on the on stream. Barry, hey Barry, will the PMDG 777 work on Maxwell Flight Sim 2024? I would imagine so. You've got to remember as well, PMDG, the way they create their aircraft, they create them so they also work on the Xbox version of Microsoft Flight Simulator, don't they? So they must work very close with Azoba to make sure it's cross-platform. Andy, boys, good afternoon, mate. Hope you're doing well. Nano, what did I put into the fix info page? So I put in the runway threshold for runway 25 left at Berlin, which is where we're landing, and then I put a 9-mile radius ring around that, because then that helps me with my situational awareness and helps me plan my descent. So if I scroll through that a little bit, if we zoom in and have a look now, the plan will be, I can now see I want to be coming down here. I want to be 3,000 feet as I cross that, because that'll line me up with the ILS perfectly. I mean, to be fair, what we can do as well, if we, I do plan to descend not on profile, I'll use open descent, get down sooner, so that then when we get to Delta Bravo 461, we're pretty much about 10, we'll be, looking at this, we'll be about 13, 14 miles out. So if we're about between 4 and 5,000 feet at this point, I can just make a left turn, direct Xanim, we'll intercept that 3,000 feet, and we're not having to fly all of this route, because if there's no ATC, we can do what we want, and if there's no other air traffic around, then we're not going to get in that way. Plus, if air traffic control was around, they wouldn't want you they wouldn't want you flying that needlessly anyway. They'd always pull you off the star and get you in as soon as possible. Lulu says you were quizzing Dan earlier about EasyJet standard operating procedure because they're the only carrier you've seen into Malta that drops the landing gear really late. Oh, they're low-cost hero. 5-6 miles? You probably don't want to be doing that in a 777. It's a bit too late to get stabilised. Ada, when will I be doing a 777 long haul? I mean, I would do that all day, every day if I could. Honestly, guys, if you were going to show up and watch it, and someone random was going to pay my work salary for me, I'd do it every day. But unfortunately, I have to go to work. So if I got the time, I would do it. We've obviously got time acceleration, which helps us, but I know you like the real long haul kind of thing. Oh, Lulu, you're confusing EasyJet with Ryanair. How dare you? Oh, I would imagine Ryanair will probably throw the gear down at about 2 miles just to try and save fuel. Take231, mate. Thank you for dropping by. Hope to see you again very soon. Andrea says in Asia there are some nice short routes for the 777. We'll have to look into those. Do British Airways still do the short 777 hop in the Caribbean that they used to do? Mancow90, great name. Thank you for the follow. Andy, what do I think will come out first? Flyby-wise 380 or the Fenix A320-19? I have no idea. I really want to. I tell you what I do want to do. I know the 777's just come out, but I want to do a transatlantic in the 321 Neo. A bit of Aer Lingus ops. JetBlue do it as well, don't they? Romy says if I bought the 777, you'd just purposely do short flights just to annoy people. In a fictional livery as well, I hope. Lulu says plenty of Japanese domestic 777s. Oh yeah, because the Japanese, they just need massive airliners, don't they? Because there's so many of them. That's why they had the 747 SP variant, isn't it? Right, top of descent's coming up. Yeah, Andy, exactly. Air Transat used the 321 Gatwick to Toronto. And you know what? I was at Manchester the other day, and I saw that's what got me thinking about it. I saw the Air Transat from Toronto come into Manchester, and look at the little 321 that's just crossed the Atlantic. That's awesome. We've got to try and do that stream. Okay, let's start that descent then just a little bit early. Let's wind that down. Let's go descend now, flight level. We'll go down flight level 180. That's descent 180. And let's pull for open descent. Thrust idle open descent 180 blue. Down we go. Giovanni says KLM did an 80-mile flight in Costa Rica with the 787. It was fun to think about it. Well, I think when COVID was on, Virgin Atlantic, I think it was Virgin, moved some of their larger aircraft, like the A330s, from Manchester to be stored at Doncaster. Now that is about a 35-mile 40-mile journey, and we live slap bang between the two. So we were watching these little, well, not little, we were watching these A330s, and a couple of other variants that Virgin got, just literally zipping over the top of the house, really low level. Are they flying these VFR? Can you imagine flying a 330 just VFR? It would have been awesome to do. Renlin, Speedbird 2157 on a Wednesday. Flight time of 25 minutes between Antigua and Bastia in the 777. That is awesome. Oh yeah, cooler captains. They're now using CTAF. I'm not sure how much of a good idea that is, to be perfectly honest. I don't fly in the USA too often, so it doesn't really affect me. Lulu say Emirates do Cyprus to Malta. Cyprus to Malta? Emirates, really? That's interesting. Giovanni, imagine requesting flight following with an A330. Yeah. Contacting your local grass strip airfield. Just to let traffic know that you're around. Nano, how can the 320 descend so fast with no speed brakes? Oh, it can. We're in open descent, remember, so we're still targeting 310 knots. I'm going to pull speed in a minute anyway. And start selecting that myself.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are starting our descent into Berlin. Please follow the instructions of the cabin crew as we prepare for landing. Thank you.
My AI voice sounds very depressed. A little threat as we're coming in.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you heard from our captain, we are starting our descent. Please make sure that your seatbelt is fastened and your seat back and tray table are in the upright position.
Have the sun in
we will
our
collect
eyes.
any remaining service items in a few minutes. Thank you.
Okay, so I'll pull speed, I'll keep that speed up, keep the nose down, let's get in. So the airport is actually at sort of 12 o'clock, it's straight in front of us, it's a bit too hazy to see. Oh, actually, no it isn't, there it is. Seatbelt signs on. Let's continue down flight level 80. Transition altitude's 5,000 feet, by the way. Goodbye 710, thank you for the follow. Nano, oh, you know why it surprises you? Because you're used to flying the 340. Oh, that is the most inefficient aircraft in the world. Hey Mert, so talking about the throttle for the Phoenix, the only way you can sort of fix that is by using the sensitivity settings in the sensitivity settings in Microsoft Flight Simulator. FPS, what is the ring around the airport? That is a 9-mile radius, because at 9 miles out you want to be at 3,000 feet for a normal 3-degree glide slope. So if you can cross that ring at 3,000 feet, you're going to pick up that glide slope no problem. So just for good situational awareness. Which, to be fair, I'm now going to set 3,000 feet as our target altitude. Push for standard pressure. So we are now 3000 blue. We're on standard pressure. QNH is 1014. Let's run our approach checklist. So barrel ref QNH, we've just said 1014. Seatbelt signs are on. Minimums are 349. We've not got any auto brake selected for this. We don't really need it on this massive runway, but we can go auto brake low if we need. And our EFB is stowed. So now, you see, this is where we're obviously descending. This is going to tell me where we're going to reach 3,000 feet. So I can actually shell off my rate of descent, or I can cut some track mileage off. I'm going to keep the rate of descent up for the moment until we get to about 10,000 feet. Then I'll reduce the speed. We'll activate the approach phase, and then we'll start to get in. Nathaniel, version 2 of the flight management system in the fly-by-wire. It's available now, but it's the developer version that you need. Clever says, happy to report the A320X is performing much better in terms of flight planning and actually flying the route perfectly. I never had problems with the route not flying perfectly or anything like that. It always worked very, very well for me. Right, activate the approach phase, so that's done. Andy, I'm not using lossless scaling. No, I can't use lossless scaling and Streamlabs. Streamlabs doesn't like it, doesn't pick it up, sadly. India Sierra Bravo Sierra Whiskey is identified. We have a nice long final here, aren't we? Redlin, what is the most comfortable rate of descent in the 320? When would you begin to really feel it? You can get down 5,000 feet and passengers won't have a clue. 6,000 feet per minute might start to play on the ears a little bit. The Hitman, we all have wives like that. Nathaniel, what do I think about the Innobuilds 320 compared to the Fenix A320? Well, the Fenix is obviously superior to both. There are there's pros and cons. There's a few things that the Innobuilds can do that the fly-by-wire can't. For example, at the moment, the fly-by-wire can't do a final approach mode RNAV approach. But now they've got the new system in place, it won't be long. Right, we're coming up on 10,000 feet, so let's wind that speed down. 250, might just get a bit of speed brakes out as well. 10,000 feet coming up, so we'll get our landing lights on. No traffic on TCAS. Diddy, why does it say flaps 3 on the right? Because we are going to do a flaps 3 landing today instead of a flaps full. So when you turn this on here, it just shows you down there that you're doing flaps 3. Okay, so obviously 3,000 feet. I don't want to level off 3,000 feet here, so let's pull VS. We'll wind that down. And obviously, as I move that, you can see. So I can set basically the perfect descent now to get me 3,000 feet as I cross that ring. And if I do it just a little bit before, because we're still going to have to slow down. We're at 250 knots at the minute, so I am going to have to start slowing down. So we just want a couple of miles to level off and play with. So that will do. FPS, does it also need that to be set in the performance page? Yes, it does. So you can see. Whoops, go back. Yes, it does. Yeah, make sure you select a config 3 just there. If you've selected config 3 just here, and you haven't set this up here, and you're coming into land and you've got flaps 3 set, the aircraft will start screaming at you, going, too low terrain. Lula says you've seen a 6,600 feet climb in a 777 before. Empty positioning flight. Asked by the MX for no D-rate on the takeoff and climb. ATC wondered what was happening. Oh, I bet it was vertical, wasn't it? That was brilliant. APS, can I show how we set the fixed ring? Yeah, it's pretty straightforward for you. So, flight plan page, top left, takes you to the fixed info page, and then you just put in any fix you want, and then you can put a radial out of there or set a radius as well. Right, I'm going to activate the localizer. There you go, lock start. Capture that, 21 miles out. Somebody asked for an outside shot earlier, didn't they? So, it'll now be a good time for that. What is quite nice as well, with the hardware, the FCU, I can now push for managed speed. I can fly my aircraft outside the flight deck. I can, well, I can set the FCU. I don't know if it's actually respecting what I push. Let's nip inside and have a look. Yeah, speed's managed, so that's going to start slowing down. Although we are descending 1,700 feet per minute, so no, it's not. Let's just pull for open descent. Aren't I a little bored of my standard A320 yet? Nah. No, not at all. Not if you're doing it properly. And that's essentially what we're all about here on the channel. Berlin traffic, Austrian 230 established, 25 left, 16 mile final. Right, glide slope's knocking about as well, so hit the approach button. Autopilot 1 and 2 is on. Flaps 1, speed's checked, flaps 1. Pull speed, 190.
Traffic takeoff at the 2 left, Berlin 21 is the Berlin traffic.
So there's an aircraft taking off too far left, that's fine, we're still way too far out. If you have enjoyed today's flight and stream, guys, please don't forget to leave a like. And of course, check out our partners, the Contrail store, for all your flight sim add-ons, and of course, any builds as well. Links in the video and channel description down below. Just set VS 400 and then we'll start to capture that glide slope. Remember, the discount code on screen as well for the Contrail store gets you 10% off your purchase. Anything in your basket will get that 10% discount applied to it, but it is a one-time use only, so use it wisely. Speedbird 983, how do you go through the cabin in the aircraft? So you can use these arrows, can't you? Left, right. So if you need to, you just go all the way through, open the door, still using my my arrow, and yeah, you should be able to just, as long as you get it in the right place, just walk through. That's it. Oh wow, Austrian. Well, I suppose that would make sense. Flaps 2, speed's checked. Let's wind that down 180. Looks a bit hazy, doesn't it? When will I fly the 777 on VATSIM? When I've chatted with Lucy a lot more.
2,500.
Speedbird 983, you don't need to use the Alt button. No Alt, just the arrows. Radar altimeter is alive. Haven't briefed the go around here, have we? But the missed approach altitude is already set. It's 3,000 feet and it's a left turn. Okay, gear down, spoilers, manage your speed, and flaps 3. Landing checklist. Cabin secured, go around altitude 3,000 feet is set, and ECAM memo, landing no blue.
Crew, take your seats for landing.
Berlin traffic, Austrian 230, landing 25 left, 4 mile final. What a gorgeous day. Nano, where am I flying next? Absolutely no idea. I don't plan these things. Right. Aircraft's mine. 1,000 feet. Moscow, thank you for the follow. Just keep that nose coming down. Just drifted a little bit high.
$500.
500 stable, 3 reds, just compensating for that. Wind's just
100 above.
making it not straightforward. Back on that centre line.
Minimum.
Continue.
100.
Is that an aircraft taking off, or is it my imagination?
50, 40, 30, 20, retard. 5.
Okay, so spoilers. Reverse screen, desal. Gotta love VATSIM with no ATC comms. Manual brakes. And welcome to Berlin. Berlin traffic, runway 25 left vacated.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Berlin. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign has been turned off. Please make sure you have all your personal belongings with you before you leave the aircraft. On behalf of the crew, I would like to thank you for flying with us today. We hope you had a pleasant flight, and we look forward to welcoming you on board again soon.
Right, so get the APU started. So TCAS is off, radios are off, weather radar, sorry, not radios. Keep the radios on. Strobe lights can come off, of course. No, turn TCAS off after you've landed and before you get to the gate. Leaving it on while taxiing around can really annoy other aircraft that are coming into land and they get a traffic collision warning. Disable, how does the wing flex feel? Oh, very sturdy. Very sturdy indeed. Fly guy, you'll love the 777 and you're an Airbus guy. Yeah. I don't dislike it, can't be honest with you. I don't dislike it at all. Right, let's go get parked. Strobe lights can be turned off as well after you've exited the runway. Hey, organ, moving house. That sounds stressful. Some lovely chill out music as we pull into Berlin, trying to calm the fans down before tomorrow's football game. Do forget how good this scenery is. Berlin's I think it's just Sims Berlin that I've got installed. Turbo, that is Cabby, the AI cabin announcements that we're using at the moment. I don't actually know where Austria park in Berlin, so I'm just heading for the EasyJet gates because they're the only ones I know. Sable Pilot, thanks for dropping in. Hope to see you again next time. Enjoy the flight you're about to do.
Vienna 404 lining up runway 25 left at Berlin Airport and taking off.
Sabina, there's a blast from the past. Call to the captains. If you just do a search at Google, just type in Cabby AI cabin crew, you'll find it. Right, gate 14 for us. So yeah, the EasyJet gates are these ones down here, usually at the far end as well, where they don't have any jetways. It's cheaper for the airlines. Jetways cost money, and low-cost carriers don't like parting with such things. Okay, this is us. Gate 14. Turn the taxi lights off so we don't blind the ground crew.
Sabina 404 airborne.
Ooh, I love the Twitch handle names. Thank you for the follow. Hey German, so beacon should be on until we've shut the engines down and then one's below 10. Strobes would normally go to auto, yes. Right, I'm not quite sure my GSX profile is set up correctly because this doesn't look like it's lined up nicely with the jetway, but there you go. Yeah, alright, stop waving at me. Okay. Parking brake on. I'm going to do a replay as well, so we're not going to shut down the engines. So we'll come off VATSIM for that. Nolex, when do you get your A300 flight? Oh, I did that. That's going into Milan, isn't it? Which is great because we've now got new scenery for it. So we definitely need to check. That out. Right, let me just get off VATSIM and I can check the replay. Where are we? There we go. Beautiful. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this, guys. I do love a Friday afternoon stream. Just to finish the week off with you all. If there is anyone from Austria watching the stream and you like football, then good luck tomorrow evening. I've forgotten though now who they're actually playing. Delby, thank you for watching. Hopefully see you next time. But no news that I'm aware of. Oh wow, see the reflection off the solar panels then. That was quite impressive. Captain Matty, when N1 drops below 10, you can switch the beacon light off, and it's safe for them to approach the engines and the aircraft. I think this approach is one, maybe I started the replay not quite as far back, but I think this is the approach that goes over a retail park with Toys R Us and McDonald's and things, which is pretty neat. Oh, Rob, have I taken all the fans to the wrong destination? It's all right. No. I know what I was. I know what I've done. I don't know why I have done this flight now. Why have we done this flight? It's Switzerland. I don't know why I set off from Vienna. We were meant to set off from somewhere in Switzerland. Oh, that's an epic fail. Gorgeous flight, but I've just departed from the wrong country. You'll have to make your own way to Leipzig. Andy says half of them are 10 beers in, they won't notice anyway. That's probably very true. We've got them to the right country. That's as far as it's going. I do need to check out as well, still, the the new RD, no, is it RD preset? Who's just released Geneva? Someone's just released Geneva Airport, haven't they? Need to check that out. Pitch air roll, this is Sky Dolly. Simple, effective, always works. So guys, thank you so much for joining me on our flight today. Huge shout out to all of you for joining us. I hope you had a really good week. I know so many of you have been enjoying the 777, which, well, why wouldn't you? A really, really impressive aircraft now. Finally, after all this time, available in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. And I would imagine as well it will be available for flights in 2024 when it's available. So there we go. Right, guys. Well, whatever you are doing this weekend, I will of course be watching the England match. Then I hope you have a great weekend, whatever it is you're doing. I'll probably be back sometime next week, depending on work and things. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. Massive shout out, as always, to our amazing EasyJet Sim Pilot channel members. You are, of course, all epic. Thank you so much for your continued support. I look forward to chatting with you all on Discord as well over the next few days. Until then, I bid you a farewell. Thank you for watching, both on YouTube and Twitch. Have a great weekend, everyone. I'll see you all again very, very soon. Bye-bye.